I don't know how shocked you were yesterday if you were watching television and saw the pictures of Jack Layton or heard him speak in almost a raspy whisper, just an absolute shadow of his former self. Still bouncy, though, still a sparkle in his eye, as he announced that once again he's going to battle yet again another cancer, if you can believe it. We have on the line joining us now Peter Coleman, and he is the president of the National Citizens Coalition. Hi, Peter.
Good morning, Dale. Thanks for having me on.
Well, thanks for joining us. What are your observations on this? I know that you and Jack Layton are certainly not political allies, but you're all in the same kind of relative business together. What are your observations about his current difficulties?
Yeah, Dale, we put a press release yesterday. This is beyond partisan politics.
Yeah.
It's a sad day for Canadian politics. It's a very sad day for Layton's family, and we all know cancer's touched many of our families and friends, and my mother's passed away from cancer, my in-laws as well, and we all have those stories, and
yeah.
It's just very hard to see a guy in the public eye that's been such a fighter, ran a grueling 37-day campaign, obviously suffering through all of it, and had his chin up the whole time and fought a great fight. And it's just a very sad day and very tough for me personally and for our members to see something. You may disagree with his politics, but
yeah.
He's a proud Canadian, and it's just a tough thing
well,
to watch.
Politicians who speak up and are counted and engage in public debate, they add to our democracy, no matter what party, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely, and I think that's what people see in Jack Layton. They see him as a principled guy, whether you agree with his principles or not, but he's principled, he's consistent with his views, and I think people respect people like Jack Layton for that.
Did you have much contact with him over the years?
No, I didn't, but I mean, he's the kind of guy that would engage with you when you saw him and had no problems, and he knew what side of the fence you were from politically, but it didn't matter to him. He just wanted what was best for Canada, and I honestly believe he felt that in everything he did.
I remember all those public opinion polls, and they asked which leader would you rather sit down and have a beer with. Jack always won those.
Yeah, and I think, Dale, that's why he did so well in the last election.
I think so, yeah.
People were looking for an alternative on the so-called left side of the political spectrum, and he filled that void admirably, and especially in Quebec.
Well, in Quebec, where he's known as Le Bon Jacques.
Yeah.
But it's him then, not the party. Speaking politically for a moment, that could have a profound effect, even if it's just a temporary absence. He does beat it again, and I would never count him out,
Right.
and comes back later. Even his absence during this time could be a bit of a detriment to the party, don't you think?
Yeah, I think so, because I think Jack's well ahead of the NDP brand. I think he, in some ways, is the NDP brand, and that's certainly why he brought the Bloc Québécois to the knees in Quebec side of things in the last federal election. I just think that it is going to cause them some problems over the longer haul, and you have to believe, seeing yesterday, that Jack needs to take some time off and get better, and I just don't believe he'll be back in September. I just you hope he is, but
I hope he is. I hope he is, but I'm in Ottawa every weekend, so I see him a lot around, and I hadn't seen him since the House rose. And my God, the difference. He looked. He just looks like he's wasting away. I mean, he still had that bounce in his eyes, and he still got that fighting spirit. But man, oh man, there apparently was. I wasn't in the press conference. There was apparently an audible gasp as he walked into the room.
Yeah, and you could tell there was a fair bit of makeup on him. And one thing that we all know around cancer is when you start to lose a fair bit of weight, that's usually problematic. I'm not a doctor, but we've all had that touches, as I said, and it's that was shocking to see and very hard.
Well, let's hope he beats it. He kicks it to the curb, and then later you can engage him in condemning his policies. Okay?
No, we wish him all the well. I mean, those other things can happen a different day. But
yeah, you're right. You're right.
Well.
Thanks very much, Peter.
Thanks very much, Dale. Have me on.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Peter Coleman is the president of the National Citizens Coalition. I think a lot of people engaged in politics feel that way about Jack Layton, who was often called the Energizer Bunny for the way he would pop across the country, and certainly was very energetic and, may I say, controversial during his time here in the city of Toronto, when he was a councillor on the old City of Toronto Council before he moved on to larger fields of endeavor. 416-360 AM740 or 866-740-4740. Now it's your turn. How did you react to that, to Jack Layton's announcement? Or do you have some kind of political observation about what it might mean to the New Democrats and, in fact, the whole makeup of the House of Commons? Do you have any thoughts on that? 416-360-0740 or 866-740-4740. Also, the